Hello, 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 dear friends. Welcome to the CBD Plaza. I see that the crowd is packing up in here, getting ready for another episode of Beyond the NFT. Very good to see you all. Welcome. And I see Quack Cocaine over there. Mr. Quack Cocaine, have you noticed that I'm all like Dr. Dripped out? I'm all quacked out. And also, I check out my new hairdo, guys. I didn't know I could actually have a hairdo on Decentraland through my mask. So yeah, yep, I'm looking good. I'm looking good. It's so good to see you all. Thank you very much for joining us. And I just wanted to go around the room and say hello to all of you that are here right now. And eh, yeah, we'll get Toxic Waifu in here and we'll start tonight's episode of Beyond the NFT. So, without further ado, welcome Megan Elf. Hello, Crypto Cube Man. Hello, Dimmy. We got Dio the God in the house. We got Future Ghost in the building. Welcome back to Beyond the NFT, my friend. So good to see you. I've missed you. I've missed you a lot. Hello, Mary Elf. Hello, Meta Tiger in the building. We got the German support for the one, the only Toxic Waifu. As I mentioned, Quack Cocaine is in the building. Make sure to check out his wearables. I know I have. Check this out. I'm wearing the t-shirt in Decentraland. Graphical, so good to see you. Mauhedi in the building. Mary Elf. I think I've already mentioned all of you. Hello, Rage Club. Rustan in the building. We got Sebga in the house. And welcome, Shed. If you're new to Decentraland, Shed, make sure to make as many friends as possible and ask as many questions as you have. Like, Decentraland is better with friends. I am a firm believer of that. Right, going back to the list, we got a Scat Lion Rock. We got a Stony Eye in the building. Yo, Stony, awesome show earlier. Thank you very, very much for all you do. And Rustan, I'm looking right at you too, hosting these events at Casa Rustan. You know, dedicating a little bit of time on your Monday evening means a lot to us. So thank you, Rustan, for all you do, and thank you, Stony Eye. So now that Stony Eye has you all warmed up, I'm gonna go backstage. I'm gonna get our guest, and we'll get tonight's show started. Thank you all very much. And oh, I see Sebga has joined us in between my shout outs, and Alan Howick. So great to see you. Thank you for popping in. All right, everyone, stand by. Hello, hello, friends. Welcome to CBD Plaza, and we're back for another episode of Beyond the NFT. I am your host, Sinful, and tonight we're joined by Toxic Waifu, community and comms lead at DCL Regenesis Labs. The Friend Zone Build-a-thon is underway, and creators have 3 weeks to build social experiences in Decentraland worlds that actually make people want to hang out. Invite friends and come back with a strong focus on mobile. Tonight, we're diving into the vision behind Friend Zone and what makes a great social space and how builders can get involved. Let's go beyond the NFT. Hello, Toxic Waifu. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, I'm Toxic Rifle. I'm always nervous as guest of EDN. I don't know why, this is my third time, so thank you much for having me. I think the last time I joined I didn't have the foundation badge beside my name. So yeah, happy to be here today with all the friends in world. Thank you very much again for having me.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. And yes, third time here on Beyond the NFT, and also third year in a row. You had made a post earlier. Let me see if I can find it and pull it up on the screen. Oh, here it is. Oh, no, no, wait. Well, yes, here it is on the screen. Toxic Waifu in 2024, 2025, and now you're gonna have to upgrade or update that little clip to include a 2026 version.
Ah, sheesh, I was thinking about this, but the issue is I kind of look the same. So I was like, okay, there will be not much difference. So I'm just going with a retweet, but probably you're right. I should.
Nonsense. I see a pretty Mew aura and a Regenesis Labs t-shirt on you right now. Compared to the other photos, you were wearing a suit in one, and then you were wearing your Space Kitties
Yeah,
shirt.
oh my God. This was so, for me, so special. Like, the first time when it's always very special. Like today I'm here as community and comms lead at Regenesis Labs to talk about the Friendzone Buildathon that we're organizing right now. Um, like, and the last time that I joined, I think we talked a little bit about the DAO events that I was doing. And the very first time we just talked about me uh, hanging up in the Decentraland and doing events all the time. So yeah, it's a nice trip down memory lane, and I'm very
Mm-hmm.
happy to be here. For real, it's always a pleasure. Like for everyone that doesn't knows me, I'm from Germany, and for me it's right now 2 a.m. So sorry if I'm a little bit sleepy. I try to not be sleepy. I drank a few coffees before coming here, so I should be ready for every way this conversation is going. But
Every hard-hitting question that the Mew may have.
yes,
Yes, yes,
I'm ready.
yes. And welcome. I do see the lovely M joined us. You didn't get the verbal shout out earlier, but you're getting it right now. And Mean Green Doge is also in the building. Great to see you. And we got Rage Club back there. Yeah, and 85. So we got the crew out here tonight, and everyone's excited to hear you speak, Toxic. So, as you mentioned, you are community comms lead at Regenesis Labs. For people who don't know, what does Regenesis Labs do, and what does your day-to-day look like?
Okay, so this is a good question. And I just want to very quick say again, thanks for having me because during the Friendzone Buildathon, we already had an armor and a workshop happening. But as you know how it is with time zones, it's always hard to reach the whole community. So I'm very happy to be here today to reach the ones that maybe couldn't make it to the other ones. So, okay, but back to your questions. So, DCA Regenesis Labs is the execution arm of the Decentraland DAO. Um, it's there to turn community priorities into concrete initiatives and supporting creators and public goods, also managing funding programs like the Regenesis Grants Program, and organizing projects like the Friendzone Buildathon. And we're also building the Decentraland mobile app. Maybe you've already tried it out. I hope so.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, what great work Regenesis Labs has been doing, definitely setting a focus for our DAO. For so long, our DAO was just sitting at a standstill. And it's great to see some traction on that side of things. So from you went from being very well, you still are very deeply active in the Decentraland community to uh, leading or to communications lead at the DAO's execution arm. Like how did this process happen? Like this for many people kind of would consider this kind of like a dream come true.
Mm. And it totally is a dream come true. And I can only thank this community for being here, building in the Decentraland, and making possible that I can be comms and community lead, you know? So major shout out to everyone. Yeah, how did that started? That's a very good question. So not too long ago, our DAO was going through a restructuring. Maybe you remember this.
Kinda.
Maybe, okay. So back then I was already like, I found that DAO was a very, very interesting thing. It was for me when I joined the community kind of strange that I couldn't find much about it like in world. Like
Mhm.
the DAO was not happening in world. And this was for me like, this is strange. So I needed my time myself when I joined the Decentraland back in 2021, I think. I needed my time to learn about it. So, and this was around the same time when I started doing events. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'm not the only one that's feeling like they're missing much, much, much of context, you know, about the DAO. So while I was learning about it, I was also sharing in it about it in world during my events, and just just learning together with the community, and it was pretty amazing for me. And then the restructuring happened, and for me, this was like a moment where I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? Is this something? Is this a threat to the decentralized nature of the project? You know. Very wild times back then. So I was really watching the whole restructuring with an eagle eye. In Germany, we say eagle eye. I hope this is something that's translatable to English. I was watching it very closely. And what I noticed was that there wasn't the kind of communication that I wanted to see. You know, it shouldn't been so hard to get informations and go to the forum, and you really needed to know that something is happening to be able to inform yourself about it. And this was something that left me a little bit worried about the whole project. So this was the time, I think it was, yes, it was in April 2025. And why do I know this? Because this was when I dropped this forums post into the forum, from silence to structure, what the DAO needs now. And this was kind of the start of my collaboration with Regenesis Labs back then. Because this was for me to show some initiative. Like, I think at the end of the post, I was writing something like that this post can be considered as application in the place within the Regenesis Labs team. And I said I want to be part of the internal processes because I wanted to help the DAO become that, what in my view it was always supposed to be. And this was how everything was born back then. So this was April 2025. And for me, and it's still what mattered the most was that the interests of our community are really represented. So this is very important to me, and I was very, very open about this because I was like, if I'm not open about this, then you know, if I would get a position in this new execution arm, then they wouldn't know who I really am. So I wanted to make very, very clear from the beginning that for me, I always be very first a community member. And to my own surprise, this was something that was very, like, it was not a reason to not consider me as a candidate to join, but it made me more special, and it made me like, it was appreciated. And this is something that I'm feeling Like I joined in, I think now it's 6 months since I'm at Regenesis Labs, something around 6 months, since I'm a contributor. This is something that is still always in my bag. Like I'm getting supported to do what I'm doing here. For example, the team knows that I'm today at Beyond the NFT. So everyone expects me to start working a little bit later tomorrow. This is something that is totally part of our reality at Regenesis Labs that I'm very hmm, much, I would say, a part of the everyday Decentraland life, that this was something that I wouldn't trade. And there was nothing to debate about it. Like when I'm saying, okay, I'm going to be BTN tonight, this is important. I want to talk with the community. I want to go a little bit into detail about the builder form, but also just to keep the communication channels open. Then this is something, okay, yeah, do it. We love it. So I'm very privileged. I think I lost a little bit the track, Sinful. I'm so sorry. Can you help me back?
Help you back. No, you did great. You did great. Answered my question, and I also do see that Rishi is here, so I'm saying hi to Rishi.
Hi,
Hello, Rishi.
Rishi.
Yep, yep. So, I mean, in the time where you mentioned you've been in the position for 6 months now, do you feel like in the time that you've been community and comms lead, has your role kind of evolved or changed?
Oh, sheesh, it has evolved much. Like, um, I already did. This is maybe also important to say. Like, I didn't join the these Regenesis Labs because I wrote a forums post and this was it. Like back then, Gino, the executive director of Regenesis Labs, reached out to me, and we had many talks about what my vision for the DAO and for the Decentraland is, and we just talked very open. And I really noticed that the visions are very similar. Like we want to head to the same direction. So back then, but this is of course not enough. you know, I also needed to kind of show my worth. So back then, Regenesis Labs, and I wasn't joining as a contributor, was offering me, hey, we would like to do a hackathon this year. Are you interested in organizing and hosting it? And I was like, I've never done something so big in my whole life before. Like I have a bachelor in marketing and management, and in the real life, I was leading a real estate company for the longest time. So just everything what I was doing in Decentraland, I did it with Doge bosses and Mingwin Doge back then, like our own events, and I think we had one collab event with the foundation. And this was all what I could bring to the table. And they were like, do you think you can do this? Like, and I was like, yes, I think I can. And then I showed it with the Bring Your Vibe hackathon from last year. Um, I learned much doing this. Like I learned, sheesh, I really learned first how hard it is to have an ongoing event 2 weeks, and I put a little bit too much on my plate back then. Like, I also learned that I need to communicate better through the judging period and stuff like this. It was very, for me, super interesting. It also helped me to get closer to the Regenesis Labs team because, of course, they supported me in doing what I did back then. And yeah, this was for me really the first time when I really did something for Regenesis Labs. And then it was like, okay, I did the buildathon, but what about now? Because I didn't ask to be part of the team to organize lit events. I mean, this is part of the job and I love it, but this was not the main reason. So back then I noticed, okay, everyone we now did this hackathon, but kind of no one knows what Regenesis Labs is still. So um, we started with an event series back then. Maybe you remember it was the Meet the Regenesis Labs team event in the old Genesis Plaza back then, where we still had the landing spot on the clouds.
Hmm.
And this was super special to me because this was the first time where I reached out, and I still was not a contributor to Regenesis Labs. This was everything like we were seeing if it's working out with me, I would say. Um, but it was really great. Like I spoke back then with Gino and Sina, and I said, hey, it would be really nice if we could do an event where we're just saying, hey, you guys, you are Regenesis Labs. What are you doing? What's your position? and just sharing a little bit of the vision. And I think it's important that we do this at Genesis Plaza because as a user myself, I always was very sad that we never did many events back then there. You remember, like we had the bar,
Mm-hmm.
we had this stage and everything, but to be honest, it wasn't really used.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
so this was the first time where I then reached out to Foundation um, and told them, hey, Regenesis Labs would like to do an event. I would like to host it. Is it okay? And they were like, yay, this is a nice idea. And I was like, okay, I think also Regenesis Labs, as the executive arm of the Decentraland DAO, we should have a little representation. Or not we, because it was not a we back then. But I was like, they need a representation. So, and I was, of course, thinking about the Mew bubble that was placed at Genesis Plaza. This brought me to the idea, there can stuff be added. And then I was like, okay, maybe we could add a Regenesis Labs logo, something like this. And Foundation was super supportive. And this was the first time when I reached out, and that was so interesting for me this time because I just saw how stuff happened, like how the organization is when something gets added at Genesis Plaza as a user. This is something that's maybe not very obvious to you, like who are the team members, who's doing it, how it's organized and everything. And I got these insights, and it was really, really nice. So, and I think then Gino and Sino had no other chance as getting me as a contributor on board because these events were really, really great. I also already was in talks with them how I think that the communication could get better for Genesis Labs. And then in February, I joined as comms and community lead, and it started mostly as a liaison to the community and also to add to the transparency that Regenesis Labs needs to have. I'm sorry for my English here. I'm a little bit nervous, as always. So I don't know why I'm even nervous anymore talking with you, Sinful. Like it's the third time now, right?
Right?
So and yeah, at Regenesis Labs, the pretty nice thing is if you have an idea, you can try it. Like I said, okay, um, what are the channels that our community is using? So we use Discord, we use forum, and we really started small, I would say, just with the forum. Then Discord got added. Back then, I think it was it in March this year, where Regenesis Labs was added to the Decentraland Discord, and all of this was super, super I would say thrilling. Like, I then reached out to Foundation and the collaboration was really awesome. Like, we got supported so good. I worked with Kazu Nokai back then on integrating Regenesis Labs into the Decentraland Discord because we thought, okay, we need kind of the channels where the users can ask questions direct to Regenesis Labs so that they have a place where they know that they can drop questions and they will receive answers, not only through a forum, but really, really like close to the community. And then we started with the mobile community testing program. For everyone that doesn't knows it, like the mobile app wasn't always in the app stores. There was a time there was not in the app stores, and we were testing much the app to make it ready for that. For this, we had the com testing program, and this was something that was already planned before I already joined, and it was led by Rodrigo. He is the senior product manager at Regenesis Labs, and I was like, hey, can I support you with this? And he was like, yeah, of course, this would be awesome. So I helped with the com testing program. I helped with not only doing the sessions, but also like when the whole organization behind it. That we, for example, had this very nice emote that we gave away to the com tester, the mobile surfer emote. I was like, okay, if we're doing a com testing, we need to have a very nice reward for the users that are giving their time and dedication to it. So of course we need to fire emote as giveaway, also so that they can flex inward, yeah. And I think what really, really helped me is that I'm very like in first position that I'm just a user, and every time we're planning something, I'm just thinking, what would thrill me and myself? Like at an event or at an initiative or at a project like the Friends on Buildathon, I think, what would I want? And because I was so long in the Decentraland visiting all the events and being part of the community, and I think this is helping me so much. This is guiding me every day. And when I back then joined Regenesis Labs, I know there were some worries about a community member joining. And I myself was also like, I made so many friends here in this space. I'm a community member and I'm used to speak up if I see something that I doesn't like. Will this change? And this was my personal biggest fear, that the connections that I made would change. And of course they changed because time is going, and if you're staying still, this is a death. So everything is always continuing and changing. But it didn't change in a bad way. And this was for me, I'm having really trouble to talk about this because it's so emotional to me. The support that I received by our community in this position is incredible. Like, I'm really missing words here. I'm sorry, Sinful. Can you help me?
Yeah, I mean, definitely this we talk about it all the time, how this community has always like gone above and beyond for those who want to do right by the platform. So I definitely do understand where you're going with this, and it amazing to hear, how your position really like evolves, like not really like not really by like quarterly, but like maybe monthly or even at a day-to-day basis. You're always doing
It
something
really
different.
It really changed. It really changed with the needs of the community and of Regenesis Labs and Foundation. Like this is, and I'm very happy about this, that my position is giving me this freedom to react to things that's happening. This is something that I'm so freaking thankful for. So, for example, um, shout out to Kimbo. I see you, Kimbo. Hello, hello. Kimbo was helping me much back then to find my way, just with with like the tools the foundation was using, what Regenesis Labs is using, and I could always, when I had dumb questions, Kimbo was always there to answer me my dumb questions. I'm very, very thankful for that. Um, and for example, this week I was like, hey, Kimbo, what about doing an X space on talking about, communities, not only about the Buildathon, but something that I would like to talk today also a little bit about, when digital spaces are becoming homes, because this is kind of the idea behind Friend Zone. And Kimbo was just like, yay, let's schedule it, like being so flexible. This is really what drives me, to be honest. I love it.
Hmm. So we going into Friend Zone. Friend Zone is just kicking off. I believe it was on Friday that it got started, Friday the 14th. And I'm bringing it up on the screen right here. Um, so what's the core idea behind this build-a-thon?
Okay, so that's a good idea. That's a good question. Like, what's the core idea behind it? So, I think the deeper vision is to explore what makes a digital space become a place where people actually form connections. But we need to think about mobile, because at Regenesis Labs we are developing the Decentraland mobile app, and there are some differences when it comes to building for desktop or building for mobile. I mean, in the long run, everything should work on both platforms. Like, this is not a question. But when you're doing something, especially for mobile, you can think about a few things. For example, the rounds that you're playing are much, much shorter, like the gameplay loops that you're having. I think we need to think here of 3 or 5 minutes per round, not longer. On desktop, we can have longer sessions. We can have, more assets, for example, just bigger scenes, because we are having a computer that's running.
Hmm.
On mobile, we need to think of limitations. And like the big goal is to make thrilling experiences that work super well on mobile and super well on the Unity and desktop client. But I think it's kind of now a time where builders in the Decentraland, just because this new platform of mobile got added, that we need to rethink a little bit. And this buildathon aims to support of course, our existing community to just get all the informations that they need to build good experiences for mobile. Because without the resources, if we at Regenesis Labs are not providing these resources to the community, how can we expect optimized content for mobile, you know?
Yeah.
So mm, it's about enabling the users to, yeah, make the great stuff they are doing on the Unity client to bring them on mobile. And of course, we want to get some new faces to the Decentraland,
Of
and
course.
we would like to onboard a few new users. Like at least, let's think about getting some builders into the space because with mobile we have a much bigger audience that we can reach now. What I think makes the Decentraland from the point of view of a builder much more interesting, and this is a message that we want to shout out everywhere. Um, so we are very active on X right now. I hope everyone is already following the Regenesis Labs X account. If not, please do it. Um, and we're also on Reddit. We are on YouTube, on the forum. We are sliding into different Discords. We are sliding into different Reddits, subreddits. We are just trying to get the message out. We will also start this week with a little paid promotion on X to just, show that we on the Central and that we are here, that we are building, and that we're doing very rad stuff together with the community. And I think is this the vision of the buildathon? I'm not sure, but
I'm not.
maybe it's my vision.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think that's an important vision to have. And I did share the Regenesis Labs X on all platforms that we're streaming to. So make sure to follow Regenesis Labs on X and on all other socials. And I want to encourage anyone in the crowd, since we're getting into the Regenesis Labs topic, that if you have any questions, drop your question in the Beyond the NFT community chat, and we will read along and answer them as best as we can. Okay, I'm gonna type here the questions. Go here. There we go.
So yeah, I'm very hyped for Friend Zone because I just need to say it. I love the whole branding around it. Like I love that it's super like Friend zone is normally a word that is kind of with a negative feeling, you know? Like when someone is putting you in a friend zone, this is something that you don't want. But here in the Central Land, we are a little bit strange. We're a little bit different. So the friend zone is the thing that we are going to invite you and you will have the time of your life, you know? And this is just, I think it's super funny to play around with it. I saw Make having fun with saying that he's ready to go into the friend zone. I myself had much fun with it too. And I really just love that we can do such things in the Sandman, like just being a little bit, you know, thinking around the corner, just doing stuff that's exciting, and I think with Friend Zone, we right now have something that makes it kind of interesting for new builders to join, and I hope many will. So when I take a look at the Dora Hex page, because Dora Hex is the platform where this whole hackathon, buildathon is going to be organized. You can register there as a hacker. If you do so, you will get very nice messages from me because I'm spamming all workshops and everything constantly to the hackers that are pre-registering there. And you will need to submit your submission there. So if I take a look now at the hackers, and we have already 100 hackers pre-registered, I'm going to share it here in the chat. I, of course, see some very familiar names. Like if I'm going down the list, let me see the first friend that I see. I see M. And can't wait to see what you're building. Then I see some new faces that recently joined on Discord, but I also see Hankos or Roostan or Sherry. I also see Mary Hacker there. I see Zepka, like the builder community from the Central already showed up, but I see some new faces also that I hope that will find their way to the Central End here, because for being able to be eligible for one of the prizes of the $8,000 in mana USD in sorry. I'm always struggling with this in English. 8k dollar mana prize pool. Yeah. For the very nice prize pool, I'm going to send a link. I'm so sorry, everyone. Just for you as a reminder, nearly 3 a.m. here.
And
I'm
she's
really sorry.
German. It's 3
And
a.m.
I'm
and
German.
here, how about I
This is
help you
also
out?
important.
How about I help you out? So the
Yes,
prizes
please.
will be first place is $3,000 in mana. Second
Thank
place
you.
$2,000 in mana, and third $1,500 in dollars in mana, and 1,000 for fourth in mana, and $500 in mana for fifth place. So very very good, very nice prizes. That's at least a few thousand mana.
And the first 50 eligible participants will receive a $30 voucher for the Office Decentraland merch shop. I really love this. And everyone that's going to submit an eligible submission will also receive the Friendzone badge for the Decentraland profile. That is just
Ooh.
on the side.
What? That's awesome. Oh, okay. So, man, I might just sign up for the.
You need to submit something. You need to submit not only
Not
something,
only
like
sign up, but I need to be good for a
we will.
badge. Is that what you're
It
telling me?
doesn't. Okay, so hear me out, yeah? To be eligible for the voucher
Uh,
or for the exclusive Friendzone badge, like, you don't have to score. You don't have to but we will check, is your experience deployed in the Decentraland world? We will check, is the GitHub repository open? Because everything that's being built here is open source. So we will check, and if this all is done, then you're eligible. Just as pro tip. But of course, we're really looking forward to see what the community is coming up with. Like the whole theme, it's kind of a little bit open. So what we want to see are social hangouts, multiplayer activities, and cooperative challenges, or also competitive games that feel intentionally designed for mobile users from the start and gives people a reason to connect, stay longer, invite friends, and return regularly. And yes, I read this from the Dora Hex introduction because I think it's written very well.
mm-hmm.
um, but we also want to see, like, what is a friend zone for someone. So this is what for me is very interesting. Of course, I want to see what new users and new builder are bringing to the table. But what I would like to see is how our friends here, when I look left to right, what they would consider like a friend zone, a space where they want to hang out. Because I know in the Centraland we really like to hang out right now at a pond, for example. And before the pond was there, we would like to hang out at the at the fire pit. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting to just see where this is going and what the active Decentraland community is considering a friend zone, because I deeply believe that we already know what works good, what doesn't work good. I'm also very hyped to see new builders joining and what they come up with and which new perspectives they are bringing to the space. This is also something I'm looking much further to. But as you know, my heart is within the community, so I'm kind of curious to see what everyone here is building. I already got a few spoilers from a few of you, and everything looks so freaking promising already that I'm kind of thinking maybe 3 weeks build fast is too long. If I see like how far some of us already are, like Rustan, looking at you, what are you going to do in the next 18 days of the build fast? Like for real?
Right. So, for those who are not familiar, you've been using Dora hacks for this build-a-thon and the previous one. Could you tell us about Dora hacks and how Regenesis Labs is using this partnership to find contestants, participants for this build-a-thon?
Yes, of course. Like, I think the Hex thing started, as I said, with Bring Your Vibe in the last year, and it worked pretty well. Like, we were back then thinking how we could, because the last hackathon had a different, I would say, a different, different goal as Friendzone has with Bring Your Vibe. We wanted to really see how far vibe coding has come. This is something we wanted to bring vibe coding to the community. Um, and also, we of course wanted to get new builders in. This is something that we're always having on our mind. How can we reach new audiences? So, and like, Dara Hacks is one of the biggest communities for exactly this, putting hackathons out there. And back then, I'm not even sure whose idea it was. If it was mine idea or if it was Gino's to use Dara Hacks, because also there are platforms like itch.io that could be used, you know.
Hmm.
But just Dara Hacks, it's just sync with us. Like it aims to connect builders and developers and organizations and is delivering the whole infrastructure behind it. So um, I'm
No.
sorry. I'm missing the words here. I already I'm sorry. This is sheesh. I'm searching for a word right now and this totally wrecked me. But let me try to say it different. So Dora Hex is very Web3 native, if this makes sense. So it supports decentralized ecosystems and open source projects. So this is something that we very felt drawn to. So we reached out back then and just talked with them. It was very easy to get in contact with them, and they were super, super friendly. We had talks where we were just saying, hey, we would like to do this or that. And they were so supportive and helping us to organize everything. As I said in the beginning, for me, Bring Your Vibe was the very first hackathon. I wasn't sure what I needed to pay attention to, and they gave me so many good tips and supported me through the whole build period. So for us, it was a no-brainer to do it again with Dora Hacks. Also because at the last Bring Your Vibe hackathon, I think we had around 150 pre-registered hacker, and this was really like
Nice.
very, very nice. I'm aiming for more this time, to be honest, but back then it was really, really, really nice, yeah. So being on this platform that connects builders with ecosystem funding and, you know, competitions all around the world was something that really helped us to bring new audiences in. And I think we really managed 20% of the submissions that were eligible, so were deployed in the Decentraland world, were from totally new builders. Like we also had at the last hackathon many first-time builders, but this like a first-time builder can also be someone that's in the fam but hasn't built anything before. I think this was around, don't let me lie, but I think 30%, something like this, for first-time builders, and 20% completely new people that were never ever been to the space before. So I'm pretty happy that we're doing it with Dorax again.
Mhm.
Also because it allows me very easily to, yeah, keep track on everything because this is organized mostly by myself. So I'm happy for all the help that I can get. And I'm also thinking, I think we did last time an X space with Dora Hacks where we just talk a little bit about white coding and how Dora Hacks themselves are experimenting with how to optimize their services with AI. And it was just super nice and a good experience overall.
And here in the list, as a speaking of like new friends, new builders, I do see Carlos Beza signed
Yeah.
up here, which I have been seeing the avatar with the minted name Beza running around in Decentraland and
Mm.
joining events and stuff like that. So big shout out to him. Happy to see him engaging with the ecosystem and seeing what Decentraland is all about.
Yeah.
And,
It's crazy. I love it.
and I mean, I can't wait, and I would love to invite like every other builder here. And I also see this little message tab here. I'm almost tempted to just like make an account and then like message all of them. It's like, hey, come on to Decentraland, bro.
I'm already doing the good work here. I'm reaching out and like what I'm doing mostly right now is to gather all the informations that our builders are needing. For example, if you scroll a little down at the details tab, you will find a developer resources list, and this is something. It doesn't looks too much, but like the work that has gone into these developer resources to put them there in place. Like the Foundation and Regenesis Labs team in the back were working on bringing these docs to up to date. and we were really thinking how we can make it enough resources but not too overwhelming. So really, really much thinking, I would say even more thinking as the last time, went into how can we enable the builders to really do what they want, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty I'm pretty proud of the developer resources that we are doing. And this is like not the only thing. We are doing workshops. I'm going to send. I hope everyone knows about this because I'm really trying hard to communicate it on all channels, that we have a forums post where we are dropping all the information and all the updates so that they are at one place. We are also, of course, sharing them on X, and we're also sharing them on Discord. But like on the forum, we have them all at one very place. Wait, I'm going to share the link. And I myself go there if I want to see when the next events are. So here, um, so this is something, for example, that I shared today with the hackers. I sent a message and was saying, just, since these are not only people that are from our community, they are kind of unfamiliar with how we are communicating. So I want to make it even more accessible to them. Like today, I shared about the forum. I said, hey, this is the Decentraland forum. Here we'll find all the updates, all the news and announcements. And here's a link to the Decentraland Discord. You have a channel there just for this buildathon where you can ask all the questions. And also shared the Regenesis Labs YouTube account where we are uploading all the recaps of the workshops because we are super aware that we have a community from everywhere around the world. And also these new builders that are joining are people from all around the world. So not everyone can make it to the workshops in time. So it's very important for me to give access to these resources in a very clear way and very on time. Like I think Nico's workshop with Creator Hub Basics was on Saturday, and on Sunday the recap on the forum and also the recording was online. Because I know during a buildathon each day counts, you know. Of course, not when you're a rooster, then you're finishing your submission in the first 3 days, but but us normal people, yeah. So yeah, what I'm doing right now mostly is to gather all the informations. I'm trying to make them accessible for everyone. Also joining all the workshops just to be around to support our workshop hosts. I'm very much looking forward to the next workshops that are coming because they are made by the Regenesis Labs team. For example, on the next one is, I think, oh sheesh, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. UTC with Kirk and I will from the Regenesis Labs team. And they will teach us how to design a Decentraland experience with mobile in mind from the start. So they will talk about why mobile matters, like how players are behaving on mobile, because it's a difference, yeah? And they will exactly talk about this difference between desktop user and mobile user, and they will share the common things that you should avoid when you're building for mobile, and just will introduce you to some mobile-friendly concepts. And yeah, I'm looking super much forward to this because with the recording, this will be a resource that I hope that will help new builders in the future to get started here.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice. So I was looking at the forums post. I did see the Beyond the NFT shout out there. I appreciate that.
Like I really want to, like the people that are visiting the firm or the DAO are sometimes not the people that are hanging out with us inward, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, they are still part of this community and I would like to see them more inward. So I'm trying to use the channels where I can reach them just to say, hey, we are out here. Come maybe love scrolling through the forum and being, on the forum, but maybe try to check it out. Come join us inward, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
This is something like I really want that when I'm communicating stuff, especially like this buildathon, because as I said in the beginning, the last hackathon was kind of my starting point with Genesis Labs, and for me the buildathons are just super. Mm, it's my heart project. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
like your
very good.
passion
So
project, yeah.
my passion project, yeah, like this is the time where I'm just doing the build-a-thon. Like I am online each day with the community in world to see what's going on. I'm not paying attention to my sleeping schedule. I'm awake at 3 a.m. talking at Beyond the NFT about the build-a-thon and how I made my way from being a community member to being comms and community lead. Like for me, hackathon, build-a-thon times is just chaos, and I love this so freaking much, you know. Like this week is going to be super nice. We will have, as I said, the free workshops, but of course my community life doesn't stop here. So I will do WTF DCL tomorrow. I don't have a theme yet, so I think we'll have it open talk rounds. Everyone, please join us tomorrow at WTF DCL. And of course, I'm also streaming Tripping Out on Thursdays, and I'm also streaming ABCs on Saturdays, because this is just something like only because it's hackathon or buildathon doesn't mean I'm not doing exactly the things that I'm doing normally. And of course, I want to visit our friends' events. So this is something that I really love, that I can connect those. Like last Friday, I was at a Metabeast ramming party. It's 3 a.m. my time. So usually, even if I'm, even if I'm a night owl, usually the Metabeast ramming parties, I end them sleeping, napping on the couch. And this is kind of sad because this is a time when all my American friends are really active, like you Sinful or Dr. Drip and Meek and Rooster and Old Guy. This is like for you guys, it's like nightlife, and normally I'm not really a part of the nightlife for you guys. So Fridays are for me super special if I can join you. And when I have such a good reason, like just promoting a little bit of Friendzone builder from doing it, I can look the next day into the mirror and say, "You're not a failure because you stayed up until 6 a.m."
I know I have black bags under my eyes, but you're not a
Yes,
failure.
yes, exactly. Like this is really, I'm so freaking thankful that I can do this, and the buildathon just always, and the hackathons just always make it so much more visible to me
hmm
how
So,
great it is. Yeah, I'm
so
very
you,
thankful.
one of the focuses for this build-a-thon is to get
Hmm.
new hackers in. What are
Hmm.
some efforts that Regenesis Labs is taking to reach the new audience, and how can community members help?
So, how can community members help? This is something that's a very nice question because I really value that the community is supporting us so hard, not only for this builder fund. I just want to say in the last weeks we had some limited market tests for mobile where we were guiding new mobile users to different locations in the Decentraland just to see what works for them. So, kind of figuring out what is attractive for a mobile user. And we were very open about this with the community because for us it was like, okay, we were thinking, how can we connect these new users with the community? Because kind of the community life in the Decentraland is a reason why to join this platform in the first place. And we want to bring them together. But if we, for example, want to test something like Tower of Madness, where usually you have a very short play session, so users go there, they play, and then they go to the next game or go back to the pond or going to an event or anything. How can we make them aware? And this was like where the idea was born. How can we make them aware? Yeah, let's make them aware. Just say it, like because this community is freaking great, and just and they just showed up. Like we did an DCL event page. We communicated on Discord that we are now having these. I think we called them "Welcome to," for example, Tower of Madness. Welcome to Cozy Farm. Welcome to Spawn and Chill. Like, and we're just writing into the description, "Hey, new mobile users will land here. Come and say hello," because on the Decentraland we have this very special welcome culture, like Sinful, I don't have to tell you this because you're one of the very first people that came to my mind when I'm thinking about our welcome culture. And the freaking community, they showed up and they welcomed these new users. So yeah, and for this buildathon, sorry, I lost the red thread for a second, but now I'm back. We also asked the community, of course. Like, this was the first Friendzone update. Um, Let me see. It was called Friendzone Update number 1, help us bring new builders in. So, is it okay if I just read the forums post
Of
due to
course.
the time? Thank you. So, one of our goals for Friendzone is to bring new builders onto the Decentraland and introduce some fresh faces to our creator ecosystem. We want to use the pre-registration phase to reach beyond our existing community and actively introduce the Buildathon in relevant Discord communities, builder groups, creator spaces, or X spaces. And then we ask it, like, or I ask it, this is where I would love your help. So we really ask the community if they know a Discord server, a community, or X space where Friendzone could be a good fit. And I invited them to just reach out to me and let me know if I should slip into any Discords or into someone's DMs. And our community and our friends really showed up. Like, they introduced me to projects, they invited me to Discords, and I don't want to spoil it too much because much is already happening and being planned. So we will see how this is going. It's like really trying to not only make a builder fun and invite. We're talking much about community today, and I think this is only fair because this is a community space. So I hope it's not annoying to you because I really would also love to talk about new and external builders joining, but I just want to say that at this buildathon, I didn't just wanted to make an event where someone could make a submission and that's it. Like, I really try to find ways to include the community into actively shaping our comms, you know. Um, And this is a try for me to see if this is something that our community is appreciating. Like, do I want to be included? Like, because this is something that I want to find out. And the answer so far is yes. And I kind of love it. And this is something, to be honest, that I'm very, very happy about because it allows me to be super close to everyone. Also,
Mhm.
while doing what I need to do for the buildathon.
Yeah. All right. So as the build-a-thon progresses, more and more submissions or people become ready to submit more. Um,
Mhm.
can we talk a little bit about the submission process?
Yes, this was last time a little bit complicated because, as I said, very many new builders joined, like also from our community. And for them, I think one of the biggest barriers was GitHub back then. So that that the project needs to be open source and published in a public GitHub repository. This was something that was really a challenge. And so this time we will have all the GitHub support on the Friendzone Buildathon channel. So if you are getting close to start thinking about submitting with your project and you are facing any troubles in this direction, we will also over the next weeks, when we're getting closer to the submission deadline, we will share like tutorials how to submit on GitHub, like what are the steps you need to watch out for. There will for everything will be a small guide that hopefully helps. And if this is not enough, then you can reach out to us on Discord. So yeah, like but let us take a look at the submission requirements. So this is also written down on the regex. Each project must be a scene deployed on a Decentraland world. This is important. It needs to remain publicly accessible throughout the judging because the judges will judge your experience on the Decentraland mobile app. Um, you need to have like a meaningful social interaction through the environment, through the gameplay, activities, or some social systems. But you can get creative here. And it needs to work as a persistent standalone experience. So we don't want to see like a scheduled event or something that needs a host or performer or moderator. It should work for itself. So, and of course, designed and tested for mobile devices. So you need to think about touch controls and small screens. And if this is something that you don't know anything about, really, you should watch either the live session tomorrow with Kuruk and Ibriel about building for mobile, or watch the recap later. So yeah. Oh, also important, like whatever you are going to submit, it needs to be original and not used in the past Decentraland competition. So Sinful, if you would now submit the same thing as you did for Bring Your Vibe, I will notice having an eye on you.
Dang it, all my tricks are you're on to me, you're on to me, Toxic. Okay.
I had
I
a
just
feeling
want
for this.
I just want that Regenesis Labs badge. That's all I want. And, I don't need the voucher, I don't need the prizes, man. I just need that badge.
And the badge, let me
Is that
tell you, it's super freaking cute. Like Elizabeth, or you maybe know her better as Dido from Inworld, from Regenesis Labs was creating it, and so all like the whole branding that you see, if it's on X, if it's the Dora Hex banner, if it's the YouTube thumbnails, or if it's the Reddit post, or the ads that we are going to promote during this week, or anything. Um, this is like, I asked it Dido very early this year and was saying, hey Dido, we are going to do a build-a-thon. Would you have fun doing with me like a branding kit? Because what I like to do is, as I said, I really enjoy that I can do things um, very like when they are needed. So what I need to do all these social communications because I want that they are looking nice. You know, I think this is something to do with respect. If I'm like doing a Discord announcement or anything, I really want that it looks nice, it should feel nice, it should show, hey, if you're taking the time to read this, I want to show you that I took the time to make it nice and appealing to you.
no
Um,
slap?
Yes, exactly. Like, so Dido was then creating a branding kit for me where I could just play around with the assets, and this allows me to be super fast. And we're doing everything in-house with this. Like, Dido was doing the branding kit, and I take it, I rip it, put it on Canva, and just do whatever comes to my mind with it. But Dido already said she likes what she's seeing, so I'm happy with this. Um, but yeah, this is something that was very important to me. I wanted a strong branding because it should look engaging, especially when we're thinking about external builders. This is just something, if you have a look on Dora Hacks, you'll see many different hackathons that are taking place. And if I scroll down this list, I need to say Friendzone stands out.
Yes,
But
indeed.
maybe, but maybe this is just because
You're
I
like, maybe I'm
want to
biased.
see it. Maybe I'm biased. I'm sorry, but I am biased here. You know, what was important to me is that it really looks that it catches your eye for a second because really it is. Sometimes when you're scrolling, and I think we're all guilty in doom scrolling, something needs to catch your attention. And I'm trying all the dirty tricks here to get some eyes on this.
I am familiar with the dirty tricks. Just look at my name, Sinful
Oh my god,
Meat
yes.
Stick. That is the biggest like double taker. Like you'll just be reading a list like hello so and so, hello so and so, hello Sinful Meat Stick. Wait, hold up. What did I just?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, and we're also like, I'm having much fun right now on the Decentraland Regenesis Labs X account because I'm pushing much about the build-a-thon right now, and I'm trying different. This is something that I always want to do, just trying different formats with the same topic to see how it performs. This is super valuable for me for learning because right now I'm, for example, seeing that the very first post that we were doing about Friend Zone, it was like we did a few teasers, of course, but the very first real post was an X article, and this was the first X article that we dropped from this account. And it got such good engagement that I know now for the future, if there's something that I would like to share with the community or with external eyes, then I would go the route with the X article. I'm already thinking if this would be, for example, valuable to put the monthly updates, the status updates that Regenesis Labs is doing. If this would be, that would be interesting for X because X articles are just going good right now. So I'm thinking maybe this could be a way to communicate because this was a topic I think at a few DAO town halls where I was asking, hey, everyone, I'm dropping the Regenesis Labs comms, I'm dropping them here, here, and here. What's the best way to reach you? And we were talking about the status updates, and you Sinful said, I'm not going into the forum to read such a long thing, you know?
I
And this
I,
is
I inspired.
like
Maybe.
Sinful, this is so valid, and this is like this was good that you told me this, because since then I'm experimenting with different things how I would like to communicate in the future. For example, I also tried to brain rot our comms, meaning I did Subway Surfer style videos about the forum status updates. And this is very sad because maybe everyone remembers that I got a little bit sick like a few weeks ago, and this slowed me down a little bit. So maybe I needed to put this idea of brain rotting, these kind of comms, yeah. I needed to put it after this buildathon, but I still kind of like the idea, to be honest.
I like it. I like it too. I'm a fan of the brain rot. So, so what have been some of the biggest questions or challenges builders have been running into so far?
Ashish, I don't have too much insight, sadly, right now, because right now, when you register as a hacker, you just answer some very, I think it's 5 questions, and this is just to get into contact with you and to be able to, we are asking if you have access to the Decentraland world, because if not, you can reach out to us and we will grant you access to one if you're not in a position that you could buy a name yourself. Um, but when you submit at the end, because this is something that is, of course, very interesting for us right now, where we are thinking more about mobile, we're thinking about how we can enable the builders to build good and native feeling experiences for mobile. We exactly need to know where these friction points are. So when you're submitting your Beetle, you will be asked. So on Dora Hex, if you submit something, it's called a Boodle. Um, Dora Hex is a little bit strange, but I love it, to be honest. With the hackers and everything, I really feel like a hacker every time I'm writing somewhere. Oh, we got 100 hackers. I'm just like, oh my god, this is so
No,
cool.
if you're like, we're
Um,
in. We
yeah,
have
we
hacked
are
the brain
in.
thing.
Yes, yes, exactly. So when you submit, you will have a few more questions to answer, and one of them is, what was the biggest friction point for you while building this experience? And like these kind of answers will help us to make better resources to give better support in the future.
Mhm.
Right now, I think for new builders, the biggest trouble for real is to deploy in a Decentraland world and get access to one. This is my feeling that I have right now. I think we can make it easy for new builders. This is why I try to guide them also to Discord, so they can connect with the community, because many community members already offered to me that if there is a new builder that doesn't has a name, that I can reach out to them and they will grant them permission to one of their worlds. And I really
Oh.
love this. I myself also have around, I think, 40, 45, something about this, names that I call my own. And I would say most of them are free to be used during this spillathon, but the community also offered it. Like, I really love this. Like, we already have a friend zone here, and we are inviting others to join us, and that this is, yeah, this makes me
Hmm.
super happy. But yeah,
So,
friction points. So friction points, all the workshops and the comms in the next few days that you will see, and the next few weeks that you will see, we'll also have this as a topic, because we really want to know where are the friction points, like what is the issue for you, not only for the new builders but also for the community. I think everyone already knows that we have this channel on the Decentraland Discord, where you can drop mobile feedback but also ask for help, you know. And during the com testing, we received much feedback. We still receive it, and we still get asked questions. But this is, I would say, now very focused on the builder side. So the whole Regenesis Labs team also has an eye on this channel, and everyone is kind of waiting for the first friction points to come. I think maybe it's a little bit early in the competition right now
hmm
to really detect those, but we are so ready to hear them all and
hmm
hopefully make it a better builder experience in the future.
So my last question is to be determined. So for anyone watching that is thinking about joining late but is nervous about building for mobile, what would you like to say to them?
Do you want a professional answer? because the
I want the
because
toxic
the
waifu. I want the toxic waifu answer.
so the toxic waifu answer for everyone that is afraid that it could be too late to join. Please, everyone, take a look at Houston that is super casual dancing in the background. I think he went from idea to kinda ready submission. At least he was telling me this earlier at the Malfire Monday. I think he needed 3 days because this is something that's pretty awesome in the Decentraland. And wait, I'm going to share with everyone the workshop with Nico E, where he introduced us a little bit again into wipe coding for everyone that wasn't around at the last Springer Wipe Hackathon. And he showed us how easy it got to really build with AI. So everything got much, 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 much faster. Like, no one should be afraid to join now. I would just still consider the very beginning of the build fast. Like, this is the first Monday of. We started Friday. We will have a few more weeks going. So don't be afraid. Watch, please, the tutorial by Nico E. 1 second. I'm going to drop it. Where do we have it? There. Creator Hub with Nico E. So here, Nico really shows the whole workflow that you will need to build an experience. Like, I think we also, I think I posted it, but yeah, we also did, we also did an X thread about it. And by the way, X threads surprisingly well performing. I really love it. Going to share it also because they broke everything a little bit down. So, wait, I'm sharing. I'm sorry. Okay, now I shared everything. So, yeah, like Nico E showed the workflow using Cursor AI, VS Code, and Cloud AI, and Danny showed how you can, with the SDK skills, how you can build an experience. And I think the whole workshop was like 58 minutes, and we took much time for questions and everything. And of course, Nico E is a pro, but I think
Yes.
he showed it really easy, and I think, and this is just my opinion, it was never easier to do something in the Decentraland that feels like a really good experience. So
Yeah, that's what I keep telling everyone. I keep telling everyone that I, with the new AI capabilities that we have here on the Decentraland, I don't even think the Foundation knows what the limits are at this point. Like, I think our robotic friends could figure a lot out, a lot that developers think is impossible.
it's like it surprised myself when I'm seeing, for example, builders like Gene Simmons that he's pushing
Mm-hmm.
out new great game after new great game every 2 weeks. I think over the last every 2 days in the last 2 weeks, like crazy. Yeah.
Yep.
This just leaves me speechless, and I'm just thinking maybe the build fast is too long because but to be honest, I think the 3 weeks is it's good because it allows us to know, make content about it, and share, because I think this is a very strong tool that we have in the central in our community. We are all very, very active on all socials. So I would like to ask everyone, if you're building for the Friends on Builder Fund, please share a bit about it on socials, and then maybe inspire others to also try it. So this is something I think with the 3 weeks it allows us to push content and maybe reach organic some people that not only then get a note, oh, nice, in the Central and was a hackathon, a little bit late, I can't join yet, to turn this into, I have 2 weeks left, and oh my god, wipe coding looks pretty amazing. I'm gonna try it out, yeah. So this is kind of what we're also trying here with the different build fasts. I think for Bring a Wipe it was 2 weeks, and this was a little bit not enough to the moment that we really got traction and we really got momentum on socials, an organic momentum. The build-a-thon, like the deadline was already around the corner.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And so My next question is about judging priorities. What are some key points that the judges will be looking at when evaluating any submissions?
Yes, so this is something that we will focus much on during the next 2 weeks, like very early in the whole comms, where we are just also introducing all our judges a little bit more in detail on the armor. And to kick off on Friday, we introduced our judges. It's Giorgio and Argos from the DC Regenesis Labs content team. From Foundation side, we have Bay Buckner and Nico E. And we are also having Meta Ryuk from the DAO Council joining us. So, but we will introduce them also on socials so everyone kind of knows. But to be honest, it's not that important who the judges are because they will all have like the same criteria to evaluate. So they will have a very, very close look onto the mobile first experience
Mm-hmm.
aspect, like if the project feels intentionally designed for mobile, because what we don't want to see is a desktop experience that is in the afterthought adapted to mobile. They will have an eye on the social value, like if the experience is encouraging interaction and like a cooperation or competition or like something like a shared experience. They will also have a look on the mobile UX and accessibility. This is something that we will also cover in one of the workshops. So for all the evaluation criteria that we have, we are trying or we are aiming to have a workshop that's covering it so that everyone really knows what they should look about. So if you're right now thinking about joining the Buildathon, I would say make sure to watch at least the recaps of the workshops to be aware what the judges will be looking at. Of course, we will share about this much on socials, so even this is the plan at least, if you're not watching the workshops and not attending them, that you also will be able to, you know, get an idea. I think the forum is a very good way to get these informations because after each workshop, I'm dropping a short recap with what has been said. So we will also have a look in the judging phase of the performance and the optimization. We have a workshop for that. Like, does the experience load and run smoothly within the mobile limitations? And this was a question that we got asked during the ARMA because someone was asking, because right now, Genesis Plaza is not loading good for all people on mobile. Like, if you
Yep.
have a little bit older phone, it can really, really struggle. This is something that Foundation and Regenesis Labs is working on to make better. And as someone that is using the Decentraland mobile app really on a daily basis, I need to say I have a smartphone, a Nothing phone too. I think it's 4 years old. With all the optimization that happened in the last 2 weeks, I don't have any struggles anymore with the mobile, with Genesis Plaza. But we are aware that especially for people with older phones, this can be a huge hurt, and we are not finished with optimizing it. So we will have a look into this. So, but let's come back to the buildathon. Like, also the judges will be asked to have a look on the creativity and the originality. Like, if it's a fresh concept, is it like something that's memorable or surprising? Also, something that we are talking about is the retention and the discovery value. So, if you never heard this, no problem, there will be a workshop for it. So, like, does the project give the user a reason to return? Because I think this is something that a friend zone needs to be. Like, not a place that you visit once, but a place that you would like to check out more and more and more often. So, or if you would invite your friends, of course. And the last point, the last criteria will be the overall execution. Like, this is where a little bit of the opinion of each judge will get more value. Like, how did it feel? Because we are talking about mobile experiences that should be like, you should join the scene and you should know immediately what you need to do. You should feel that that's running good and all the things that we are talking in the workshops at, and the overall execution is just this overall feeling that you have. Like, also of course if it's complete, yeah, if it's stable, and the top projects that will come out of this buildathon will get a special featuring in the Decentraland mobile app. So this is also something to think about. Like, is this
Very cool.
experience ready to be featured for new users? So this is, I think, also like a benefit and a reason to join. Like, if you're building something that is, yeah, that's outstanding, you will be featured on the discovery, and this is something that new users will see very, very prominent. You're seen. I think this is something that's pretty nice,
Hmm.
and I just wanted to highlight it.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. So basically what I'm getting out of this is like because the mobile criteria kind of touches on multiple points. So
Hmm.
the main focus would be, does it work on mobile? And
Not
then
only, yeah, does it work on mobile, but not only like the technical part, but also like the whole concept of it, because just because something is fun on desktop doesn't mean it's nice on mobile.
Mhm.
So you need to think about the screen is much smaller, like that you have a touch, that you need. I'm sorry, that you need to navigate with touch controls. That you have different controls as on desktop. Like, these are things that you need to consider, I think, before start building. Not only asking yourself, is this something nice, where but also is this something that can work on mobile, not only on a technical fast.
Mhm. I love it. Thank you, Toxic. And so let's see. I believe I have one more question before just closing questions in general, which would be my final question about Build-a-thon tonight would be, what would success look like for you after the end of the 3 weeks?
So I could now talk a little bit about the goals and the KPIs that we made, but to be honest, I would like to keep it in a very nice community-driven way that we are talking about. So what would look like success to me if I see that we all had fun in the last few weeks. This is something that's important to me. But of course, we are having some benchmarks from Bring Your Vibe that we can use. So for Bring Your Vibe, we had, I think, I need to check, but I think it was around 130, 150 registered hackers on their hacks. So of course, I want to top this. I'm not gonna lie. I like numbers and I would like to top this. It's looking pretty good so far, I need to say. What also would be a success, at the last time we had 28, I think. Oh, sorry, it's late. But I think it was 28 valid submissions. Of course, I would like to see this grow. So I would be stoked to see, let's say, above 30, maybe above. Like for the last hackathon, what I wanted to reach was 38 submissions, so that I could just say to myself, everyone Decentraland has submitted.
Mhm.
Every Decentraland OG will understand. So this would be my personal goal to get more as 38 submissions. But also what I would love to see is new people joining our space, not only to participate in the buildathon and then maybe to never show up again, but what I really would like to see, if we are building some new connections here, like we will have some X spaces in the next weeks where we are talking with different other communities about what a friend zone is and how, like digital spaces can become a home to some people. This is something that I'm looking very, very forward to. I hope to see that our community connects with other communities, that we maybe will see some new friendships emerging over this. This would be very, very nice. And I would love to see the new people that are joining for the Buildathon, that they stick around. And this is something that I think can really happen this time because we are prepared. Like the last Buildathon was my very first one. It went super well. For what it was, like for real, for the very first thing that I organized, I'm very, very happy how it went. We had some, especially the judging last time was not so transparent for the community. I think this is something that I want to do better this time. Like I have my own goals that I want to reach, also on top of everything else. This
So
was a very long answer. I'm sorry.
Make is asking, are there juggle physics in friend zone?
Like make, of course, my friends on article physics. I don't know what about you, but I would say yes. Um, so yeah, I can wait to see what everyone's coming up with, and I can't wait to see. I already seeing them on their hacks. I also see them kind of joining on Discord. I see them, a few of them joining in world, like our new friend. And I hope that this is just the beginning, and that we will see more and more people in the next days and weeks joining us that maybe have heard about the Decentraland for the very first time with the buildathon, with the Friendzone buildathon, or maybe some people that maybe left the Decentraland and are coming back, just to try it. This was something that we saw during Bring Your Vibe, that some builders were coming back just to try it out with vibe coding. This is something that I would also love to see. Overall, I would be happy and would consider this a success if we get more submissions as last time, more pre-registered hackers, um, but most important, if we really feel a kind of change. Because this is something that I felt, and it's hard to put this into numbers, yeah, but this is something that I felt during the Bring Your Vibe hackathon, that we really managed to get this theme of Bring Your Vibe. The Decentraland was a freaking vibe during this hackathon. Like, we had parties, we had we had discussions everywhere. It was really, for me, a special time, and I would really love to see this happening again. That we're just talking in world about what's being built, that we're seeing maybe new people on socials talking about it, and yeah, this would be also a success for me.
So and I think you're the perfect person to ask this question, and it's one of my favorite questions that I ask to all my guests. For any new Decentraland users coming into the space, what would be your biggest piece of advice for them?
Don't be like me and don't talk for the first year. Because this was what I was doing. I would
Yes.
say, don't be afraid. Like, really don't be afraid. Just say hi, and yeah, and just don't be shy. This is what I would like to say. Like, um, be ready to take up the space that you deserve. Yeah, like if it's with your personality or if it's with the topics you would like to talk about or whatever. Like, be ready to bring your personality and everything that makes you you. Be ready to bring it with you, because the reward for it is pretty huge. Because in this community, what I really love is how we're all sharing our lives with each other and just having this feeling of a real. Sheesh, I'm sorry. I know this now sounds cheesy, okay? But having this feeling of a home is really special. And it can only happen if you open yourself. This is the thing. Like, I hope
Yeah.
this made sense.
Yeah, exactly. It could only happen if you take the initiative to help yourself. Like, take the room. Like, you said it very perfectly, and I'm going to paraphrase, and it's not going to be as great as how you said it, but take the space that you deserve. That right there, I think that needs to go on a t-shirt. I think this needs to be tonight's quote. That was very good, very, very good, Toxic.
I saw what you're doing lately on socials, Sinful, and I love it. Clipping
Oh,
all this content and pushing it out in the world, for real. I'm taking notes because I really love to see it. I think this would be a good clip. and and please, Sinful, we know each other for so long. Only clip the good stuff, not where I sound dumb. Thank you.
Please and thank you. I'll ask my assistant to do that. I'll add that piece of context for my assistant. I don't know if you noticed, but we got attacked by the elves just a second ago. We had Mary Elf and
I
J
saw it.
Elf
I saw the
running over
pointing.
in
I
their
saw the
outfits.
pointing.
Yep, yep.
Ashish, I'm so nervous all the time. I'm so sorry. So I'm just like right now. I'm just trying to calm down. Now I think I could talk like 2 hours more. I'm sorry. That's always for me. Like these kind of events are so freaking special, where I'm like your guest and we're talking about this stuff because there's so many memories. Because we're sharing the space. Like
Hmm.
we are so long in this together, and then being able to talk with you all about such a topic that's so inspiring to me, and being able to talk with you all about it, not only like saying, hey, there's a better one, please submit, yeah, um, like not doing promotion, but really being able to talk with you about what it means to me and what the thinking behind it was, and just being able to share this makes me so happy and makes me feel, yeah, very connected with everyone, and I love it. So these kind of events are always super special to me. I'm not so nervous anymore when I'm joining the next space, an official space or anything anymore, but these community events, it's just hits different.
Yep. I mean, our community here is definitely top notch. You can't find people like this just anywhere. And to your comment, being able to speak for 2 more hours, well, then this is a good thing that all the questions I had before were only warm-up questions. Let's get it. Let's keep it going for another two. No.
I'm ready, Sinful. I had 5 coffee, I think, to prepare for this. I had a long nap. I need to check out Meta Tiger. Meta Tiger prepared something. I need to check this out.
You,
And I napped through it. So I'm so ready.
yes, and I also see Derek out there in the crowd. I don't believe I gave you a shout out, so great to see you, Derek. And I see Old Guy as well. My good friend, Old Guy. I think I Make just gave him a shout out.
I love this so much. And I just want to say thank you everyone so much for being here. Like it's great. Ellen Homewick is here. Ellen just gave me a little lecture earlier about English because apparently I'm often using in my comms, because this is something that I'm really like, everyone, we're all in the same boat. I'm comms and community at DCA Regenesis Labs. I don't want to look stupid. If I use an English word wrong, please, really, like please, for the good, for the best of all of us, say it to me, yeah. But jokes aside, totally jokes now aside, if there's
Oh,
something that we can do better, let me know. I'm always very grateful and happy. Um, and Ellen, thank you very much for the English lecture, because he said to me, and this is something I will never forget, because I really, oh my God, Ellen, you're right. Apparently, I say, instead of thank you very much, I just say thank you much. And this seems to be not right in English. And Ellen just told me, I saw you using this in spaces, and I saw you using this on Discord. So I just want to make you aware, in the English language, everyone will understand what you're saying. But here's the thing, it's not grammatically correct. And I was like, but damn,
oh,
he got
oh,
me.
oh! What does he know? He's French. No,
Oh
I'm
my God,
kidding.
sheesh.
I'm kidding. I'm
No,
kidding. I love you,
ah,
Alan.
but I was just like, I love this, like I learned my English with Web3, I would say. I had English in school, but I learned it mostly through Web3, different communities, and to be honest, most from CBD and BTN, because and ABC. But for the longest time, I couldn't understand Billy T. Cohen with his Australian English. So I only had CBD and Beyond the NFT back then to really train my English skills and to listen. So if I'm saying something wrong, then it's most likely your fault because you teach that wrong to
Yes.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry.
So I can definitely take responsibility for that because I'm the type of human, like, let's say I have a friend and they tell me, "Hey, I want to learn Spanish." You know what's the first thing I teach them? First off, I'm the worst person for this because the first things you're learning are how to
Mm-hmm.
cuss someone out in
Mm.
Spanish. So,
I love this so much. And
uh,
Ellen, please don't think that I roasted you for real. I'm happy about this. I think you can only get better if your ears are open. So, and I
mm,
think this is very important for me as a person. So, but also in my position as comms and community lead. So, if there's anything what I can do better, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'm trying to think of things that could be good for our community. For example, that we're now um, communicating more just on socials because apparently the forum, no one reads it. This is something Sinful said to me, and it really changed my
it
way of thinking
just broke.
because
I just
yeah,
broke you with the.
yeah, because I was like, okay, is this really something that's interesting on socials? Like, for example, or shouldn't we just push the red stuff? Should we really push the informational stuff there as well? And I'm now like, yes, we should do it. So, um, this is great. And also at the last hackathon, I got so much valid feedback that I'm so freaking happy that I received it because if not, this community can be open to me.
Mhm.
Like, if I'm not able to provide a space where this is possible, what am I doing? You know? So this is very important to me, and right now I'm very happy how it is. And JF really, oh my god, this is so hard to stay focused with JF doing the show in the background.
Oh my God, no, J Elf is hilarious. I saw her like f flying across, like when she got here, I saw her flying across the street, like the screen with like propeller, like her body and her legs and arms were the propellers. I was like, what's going on here? But yes, J Elf is hilarious. And so a couple comments from In a World. One that popped out to me was Meta Tiger telling us that he's on zero coffees. And so Meta Tiger is just out here raw dogging
Oh my
Decentraland
god.
at 3 or almost 4 a.m. in the morning.
Meta Tiger is a beast, and if you haven't checked out the light show at Club Night, like for real, grab your sunglasses and go there because it's. I wasn't aware that we are capable of such light shows. For real. This is.
and and
I'm sorry.
Alan Howick, Mew Mew loves you, and he says that your English is excellent, and that you are the best toxic. And
Now he's telling me that.
and Meta Tiger says we should do German lessons for the homies.
I'm
That
already
way
doing them. I'm already doing them. But
that
to be honest, not I'm doing them, but the other day, and I think it's been a while, I said at Genesis Plaza there was when a Takeover Tuesday with the DJ family. Many Germans joined us um, in the theater. I was like, after they were gone, I was like to our friends, hey, Ashish, I miss it a little bit that we were writing German in the chat. And since then, like, you can be sure the community now greets me in German. M has learned some German cute nicknames for me, like calling me hübsche and süße, like sweetie, and I would translate it to pretty one in English. And Zepka is always saying hello to me, or Demigurgos is saying, or Jim Cedric, was geht? Like, let's fucking go. Things like this. So we're already like, you are all already making me feel very home here.
uh I just see that old elf popped up. That's hilarious. We have the best friends ever. So I think on that note, I think this could be a good place to end our episode at. Do you have any final thoughts you'd like to leave everyone with?
Yeah, I think you asked the question, I didn't answer it. I think I answered two questions, not right. So the first thing was you asked me how our community can help during this buildathon. And this is something, please just keep an eye out on new faces, especially maybe also on Discord if you're seeing someone joining that looks like they are coming from their hacks or maybe through one of the ads that we're running, or maybe they come from other socials or whatever. I'm spreading the informations here about the buildathon, so let's see where they're coming from. Right now, I try to guide them, of course, inward, but also much on Discord. So if you see someone, just be friendly as you always are. Like, I don't even think I need to ask our community to do so because they're already great in it. But if you don't consider building during this buildathon, just have an eye on the new people that may join and just make them feel welcome, because I really would like to see that the Decentraland is becoming a friend zone in the good term. Not a bad term, friend zone, but like a zone where we are all friends, or where we invite our friends to hang out with us. Um, if we could make the Decentraland this the next few weeks, this would be awesome. And yeah, I think this was my final thought.
Thank you, Toxic Waifu. And
You're welcome.
as I have been doing since for like the last few weeks, have we spoken with Gino about the promotion director of communications? I
Oh
keep
my god.
asking. I'm gonna
I'm
keep
I'm
asking
gonna
until you ask him, or do you want
I'm
me to
gonna
ask?
sinful. I'm gonna ask after we have at this builder from over 150 pre-registered hackers on our hacks, because then I think I will have a good stand, and then
Uh,
I will ask for you. I
uh,
promise.
all right. So everyone, the metrics are over 150 submissions to the Dora Hacks build-a-thon, and
Oh my god, not
more.
submissions. Oh my god, sinful. If we get over 150 submissions for the builder fund. Right now we are aiming better as last time, so around 35. And by the way, all of these numbers are kind of online on our hacks. You can see the last builder fund there. Uh, if we get over 150 submissions, sheesh, this would be this would be my dream. But maybe it's becoming real. And maybe I would like to end this with a little bit alpha, because I think this was something that Make was saying in the beginning. We are coming to get alpha. So the next hackathon, and I know we are just into friend zone, but the next hackathon is already around the corner, because I want to try out how it is if we are having two of these kind of competitions not too far away from each other, so that everyone can take the learning that they are doing during this buildathon, and maybe you take all the workshops with you and you're saying, okay, you don't feel comfortable enough to submit now for this hackathon. Just have in mind something is coming for Hacktober. And this is something that I really would like to try how it's working out. So yeah, keep an eye on. The next hackathon will be sooner as you think.
Ooh, very exciting news. Very exciting news. So maybe we'll be having you back on Beyond the NFT sooner than I thought. Uh, and I don't know if you're seeing in chat in world, but we have a lot of German in the chat
Yeah,
right.
I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Like Shed was writing in German, and oh my god, Mary Elf, oh my, oh my freaking god, like this is so crazy. I love it for real, everyone. Like this is for me, right? Not a perfect friend zone. Just talk German to me. No, for real. Oh, wie viel Uhr ist deine Party? Oh my god, Old Elf, I love it. Like,
You,
at which time is your party?
so now we know, everyone. A way to Toxic's heart is by whispering German in her ear.
It's just nice. It's just nice. I feel always so dumb on English.
What?
So.
No. Alrighty.
Die
So
heutige Veranstaltung erweist sich als sehr unterhaltsam, Mary Elf. You're right. Thank you, Sinful.
So, I mean, I guess that is a wrap for tonight's episode of Beyond the NFT. Thank
Yes.
you, German Toxic Waifu, for joining us tonight. Uh, le- uh, what is it? Community and comms lead at Regenesis
It's
Labs.
community and comms lead at DCI Regenesis Labs. Yes.
DCA Regenesis Labs. Alrighty. Well, that's a wrap, everyone. Thank you very much for attending tonight's episode. If you would like to learn more about Beyond the NFT, head on over to justmew.com, and there you could find everything Mew, like just about everything Mew. And if you go to Mew TV, you could also watch tonight's episode on replay. As well as I've been posting some shorts on the latest episodes of Beyond the NFT on all my social platforms, so you can catch them there as well. Yeah, tune in next week, August 24th. Our guest will be Gene Simmons, and he'll be sharing all the crazy things he's been doing on Decentraland, which
Oh my
has
god.
been amazing, right, Toxic? Like,
It
wow.
Yes, it has been amazing. Oh sheesh, I need to stay up next week again. Oh god. Oh no, I can watch the recording. Nice.
Yes,
But
yes.
I will be here, so who am I trying to fool?
You'll be on the corner in the stage somewhere sleeping in your PJs.
This is the best, for real. The naps in the Central and MFF. If I am allowed to say one more thing,
Of
I would
course.
love to invite everyone very warmly to tomorrow's second workshop, Building for Mobile, with Kurik and Ibril. Um, Sheesh, we talked so much today, and there's so much more that I would like to say, but just be aware the whole team is super, super excited to get close with the community and do these workshops. They are very hard working on the back on these workshops just to make them as most valuable as they can. And I know that they're very, very excited to start building alongside all of you. So thank you very, very much for letting me be here tonight, the guest, and thanks to everyone. Uh, for Thanks to everyone that is from Europe, and it's 4 a.m. for you. Shout out.
Big shout out. All right, everyone. Take care. We'll see you back here next week for another episode of Beyond the NFT.